If you're from California or Washington seeking a better conservative Idaho, I'm gonna give you the top 5 reasons you should not be moving here because this place is full. At least that's what they say. Some say that Boise is behind in its planning. I actually don't see that big of a problem with it, but it is an issue. There's Highway 16 that's gonna be continued all the way from Star down to the freeway. That's a huge, huge project. Gonna cause delays, and already is causing delays on Chinden at Highway 16. We just got done extending Highway 44 from 2 lanes to 5 lanes. They just got done doing the same on Chinden. They still have more work to do on both of those roads. So those commutes on Chinden and State going from Meridian out to the west are both going to be improved upon, which improvements mean delays. Currently, the freeway is still under construction. Those delays do happen. The lane is gonna go from 2, I think, to 4 lanes, so it will be nice. There still are delays on a street here or a street there, you know, whether it's a back road or a main city road or a detour or a roundabout being put in. Roundabouts are the new thing here, I'm not sure why. But there is plenty of construction that meets your needs. So if you're looking for a good road construction, come to Boise. Some people say we're behind our ACHD planning, that's our Ada County Highway District. So if it's road construction you love, then hey, maybe this is the place for you. But if you're looking to avoid it, you might want to avoid it. But I don't know of too many places that do grow that don't experience road construction. It's just part of the experience. Number 4, bad drivers. Now, as a whole, I actually enjoy driving in Idaho. There are aggressive drivers in any state across the nation. As a whole, this is not California. As a whole, this is not Utah. I would honestly say that Idaho is a great place to drive. However, we are known for bad drivers. I'm not sure about that just because I'm so jaded. I've lived here my whole life. I do appreciate that not everyone's greedy and aggressive and trying to, you know, speed through and get around this or that so they can then merge over. And I've seen those things happen, and I get what you're doing. I get that you're trying to get from A to B really fast. Idaho is just a little bit slower, pace of life, and you know, people are waving, people are, you know, beckoning, people at a 4-way stop to go, and it's a kind of a fight to see who can be the nicest. And so those things do bug out-of-staters just a little bit. I know I've seen some things where Californians will actually, with the California plate, will get around me and burst through. If that's your style, that's good for you. I would rather trail you than be in front of you with having you on my bumper. Number 3, we don't have earthquakes, we don't have tornadoes, we don't have hurricanes. I've seen that popular meme going around, and those, while true, we do have wildfires in Idaho. We'll catch the smoke from the wildfires, and we'll also have currents of wind from California. There was a couple years ago where fires during that COVID time were keeping people at home, and we felt those smokes here up in Boise area. Boise is in a valley, and you can get a little bit of a lack of air current going through here. It causes inversions in the winter, and it also can keep smoke trapped here in the summer. When you get a nice breeze, you can finally see Bogus Basin, our ski resort, the mountain that you can see from the valley. And so wildfires are a real issue. For example, my brother, when he was about 21 years old, got into some poison oak. When wildfires happen, he actually breaks out on his leg with a rash because poison oak is getting burned and it's in the air and it re-irritates him. That's an example. I also had clients that came here last year. They're from Florida or Tennessee. I can't remember what they were. They were exploring 4 cities. They were in Vegas. It was too hot for them. They came to Boise and the smoke and wildfires were here. And their kids had some lung issues that they already knew about, and the smoke bothered their lungs. And so they decided not to move here. So wildfires are real. They could keep you away from Boise, but that is a real thing that happens in the summers. However, if that's the worst it gets is smoke from wildfires and not having tornadoes, hurricanes, earthquakes, you know, take your pick. Now guys, who am I? Brian Hymas, born and raised in the Boise Valley. I was an appraiser for a few years, and I've been doing real estate for the last 6. It is a joy to be on here bragging about Boise in this video. Obviously not bragging about Boise, but telling you some things to watch out for if you are interested in moving to the Boise Valley. And most people who come and find me are a little bit on the conservative side, maybe a lot of it, and they are trying to escape their situation as a political refugee. If that is you, pick up the phone, give me a call or a text or an email, and I would be glad to help you reach conservative Idaho, get your Idaho driver's license, get your Idaho plates, get your Idaho home, and be one of us. We are happy to have the good ones. Of course, if these 5 scare you away, this might not be for you. But if you are trying to escape where you're at and you need help, I would love to help you. There's no greater compliment that I received than a phone call, text, or email from you. Enough about that. Number 2, there's no beach here. They say by staring at water for 20 minutes a day can actually increase your health advantages. Saw that on a commercial yesterday, not sure if it's true. But there is no beach here, so beware of that. I know some people in California go to the beach weekly. My wife's aunt, for example. I don't actually find that that's too common. I find that most people just like the idea of having a beach, but when I actually talk to people, how many times do they actually go to the beach? It's actually very far and few between. Most people are caught up in the day-to-day of working. Most people are, have Joe and Sally's soccer and dance recitals and all that type of stuff. Getting to the beach is actually not too common. I hit the beach a couple times a year just by hitting a flight or two down to Southern California each year. However, what does Idaho offer that doesn't have beaches? We have some of the most picturesque mountain ranges in the world. I kid you not, there are so many. Check out the Sawtooths, Tetons, Bighorn Crags. There's some awesome ski resorts all over the state of Idaho. Up north, you've got some of the Bitterroot Mountains. Also, I touched on waterfalls. A short drive from Boise is Shoshone Falls. More water passes over that than Niagara Falls. Awesome when it's pumping. There's also Jump Creek, which is a sweet little waterfall. It's like a quarter-mile walk in next to a tiny little trickle of a river. Pretty sweet. There are waterfalls all over that you can find when you're back in the woods hiking. Also, hot springs are pretty abundant here. Kirkham Hot Springs is pretty sweet. Givens Hot Springs. There's hot springs all along the rivers. I've been in hot springs like literally next to 60-degree water. I'm in like 105-degree water right next to the river. It's so heavenly. It's so cool. And number one, last but certainly a huge concern for you Californians is the hate that you guys hear about from Idahoans to Californians. Everyone I know, including Washingtonians, are trying to get their license plates changed, their driver's license changed, get everything to assimilate into being an Idahoan, because for you, that means conservative Idaho. That is what your goal is to be one of us. We gladly welcome like kind. This place is awesome because of that conservative Idaho. We love it. We want it to stay that way. That is why the 1%ers have reached out in hate, is to express that disgust. Hopefully that doesn't let you down, but you'll still want to get here. But do Idahoans hate Californians? No, they hate some Californian ideologies, so just don't bring those with you when you come. Now, a quick bonus for you. Cost of living in Boise. Are the salaries keeping up with the cost of living in Boise, Idaho? Now, first, if you need more information on that, click that video right there. That's a great video on the cost of living, okay, and Boise as a whole. But for a quick recap, this is gonna tell you all you need to know. Are salaries keeping up with the cost of living in Boise, Idaho? Opinion. Please know this is my opinion. The answer to this for me is yes. Now, if you are new to the workplace and you are starting at $36,000 a year or $45,000 a year, that's a hard salary to live on in any city across America. The problem I see isn't Boise. The problem I see is inflation. Now, with inflation, when you go to the grocery store and it costs you 60 bucks for about 10 items, that's not a Boise thing. That's an US thing. So I think that's super important to delineate that Boise is not the problem of the world. The salaries in Boise are not the problem of the world. Inflation is a worldwide thing right now. From what I'm reading, it's actually decent in America compared to other countries. We are keeping up. The dollar is doing better in a lot of cases than other currencies. So is inflation real? Yes. Are cost of living increasing? Yes, but that's nationwide. And are our salaries keeping up with the cost of living? Debatable, but I wouldn't say that's a Boise thing. So after hearing all this that are really raw and real, are you wanting to still move to Boise? Are you still interested? Let me hear your comments below. Also, like I said before, there's no better compliment than a text, a phone call, or an email from you trying to escape being a political refugee and exploring what Idaho has to offer. If that's you, give me a call, text, or email. We'll put you on the 1, 2, 3 easy buying process. Guys, it's the best process. It saves you so much time. I just had somebody in town today. He came into town Tuesday night and said, I want to be looking at homes with you on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Guess what? I blocked out Wednesday, Thursday, and I kind of blocked out Friday thinking, I'm probably not gonna need that. And guess what? We got everything we needed to do done in one day. Guys, the process I have is not my original. I have taken it from a couple people and I've tweaked a couple things and I have made it so simple for you so that you don't have to worry about missing out on homes, overpaying for homes, or fighting a lemon. It is the best process out there. It is super simple and it'll save you time and frustration, and it'll find you the perfect home of your dreams to escape being a political refugee and enter this great state of Idaho. Also, if you found this video interesting and you're from California, or maybe you're from Washington, wherever you're from, I don't care what state it is, check out the Moving to Idaho from California video. That video is gonna help you a ton because even if you're not from that state, you're gonna find a lot of information helpful as you have found this video helpful. It's causing delays. Oops, I need to really delete that. If you're from California, Washington, let's see, where are the areas are coming from? That's a topic I probably should brought up. So if it's road construction you love, move to Idaho. If